Hey guys, what's coming out tonight doing? Anyways, got a little bit of the Little League Classic here on my TV, but anyway, um, the Padres-Dodgers rivalry is the best rivalry in baseball so far in this decade. The hit by pitches, the beef between Machado and LA. He had the little bet with the fan that he would win the World Series first before LA. Like, I think this was 2019. I think this was right before 2020 anyway. Manny Machado lost the bet. There are the hit by pitches. There's the clearing of the benches. There's the two times they've met in the postseason. The three meetings in the postseason during the 2020s, and you know, Yankees were the top dog. They won all the time. The Red Sox could not get over the hump. As we know, it's the curse of the Bambino. But was there a turning point for Boston at some point? Yes. They had their hearts broken in a game 7 against the Yankees, but the very next year they went on to come back from 30-0 and win the World Series. And that's what rivalries are about. The Red Sox did win their first championship in over 8 decades. So we know that, the time has come. So let's recap all the postseason matchups between the Dodgers and the Padres. In 2020, the Padres lost to the Dodgers, and the Dodgers did win the World Series. I forgot how many games they won over the Padres, but that's the 2020 playoff matchup. The 2022 playoff matchup, the Padres beat the Dodgers in the divisional series, but then they lost to the Phillies in the pennant series. And then the third matchup this decade, the Dodgers beat the Padres in a pivotal game 5 in the divisional series. So both times the Dodgers beat the Padres in the playoffs, they went on to win the World Series. And the one time San Diego won, they made it to the NLCS, but then they lost to Philadelphia. But this time, when the Padres do beat the Dodgers, they're going to win the championship. This is what rivalries are made of. When you've played in the playoffs all these times during this decade, when the Padres beat the Dodgers again, they are winning the World Series. When they beat the Dodgers in whatever round it may be, the divisional series, the wild card, the pennant series, the Padres are winning the World Series. San Diego's going to come back to this and be like, hey, we beat you and we won the World Series and we were the latest to win the World Series from the National League West. That's what rivalries are made of. And after a big trade deadline, the moment's going to come for them. It is. So the Red Sox did have their moment. They didn't lose forever. And I think it's the same thing with the Padres. They're not going to go forever without a championship. There's going to be that moment in time when they do win the World Series. So I think we're due for another matchup. This is the best rivalry in baseball in this decade. It's Padres, Dodgers. Big boy Dodgers swept the Padres. They up 2 in the division. We have a 3-game series next week, I think, at San Diego. So we'll see if the Padres win that series or if they lose again and they'll have to beat the Dodgers come playoff time. And the latter's going to happen. I had the Padres in the wild card even before they, even before they took over first place. So I've always envisioned that the San Diego Padres would have to win 13 games in the postseason to win the World Series championship. But that's where it's going to take us. 35 is Gematria Friars and Catholic and all that. I've connected it with Pope Francis, but they'll just have to be a wild card team. David versus Goliath. The Padres win the rubber match when they play the Dodgers in the playoffs this season. Big nasty Mason Miller coming into the bullpen, throwing nothing but heat and nasty sliders. Your Larinado, whatever his name is. You have O'Hearn. You see, you've already got Machado and Tatis. You've got this lefty in the bullpen. You got another one, Randy Peralta. These guys are nasty in the bullpen. The San Diego Padres. They're gonna win the title this year. Just wait for it. 12-1, whatever odds they are, they shock the world, and nothing surprises me about the Padres this year. They go in the distance, and everybody is writing off the Padres. In Las Vegas is going to win big time. Never ever in the history of Las Vegas, according to BetMGM before the start of the season, that we had more future wagers on the favorite than all of the other 29 teams combined. So Las Vegas is rooting for anyone but the Dodgers at this point. And as they say, the house always wins. And it's baseball. There's no such thing as dynasties in this modern era of baseball. So anyone who goes into betting in baseball thinking it's going to be some dynasty or something, you're going to know how this game is played sooner rather than later. This is the Red Sox Yankees of the early 2000s. This Padres Dodgers is exactly it. No 3-0 comeback, nothing like that. But the Padres are going to have their memorable moment when they do beat the Dodgers in a hard-fought back-and-forth series. And when they do, they're going the distance.